It's taking time, okay. I'm live finally. Let me just go to the live section. Okay. Okay. Okay, no one here. Okay, whom should I message to from? Let me just adjust the thing first, please, so that okay. Let me just open my platform as well so that people can watch it very easily and lovely. Hi, welcome on board. Good to see you all off. And it's a morning time. Energy is on high. So what are you doing, guys? Is that the C on board? Okay. If you are there, then you have to message me so that I can be aware that the one per people is here who is not the C or something. Okay, let's be fine. Let's move to the next thing. Let's be quiet to moderate in this particular live stream. For that, the people would watch this after the ending so that I'm looking for the people so that they can join the maximum number of people and we can enjoy the conversation for long. We can enjoy. All right? Is that true? Single people. I should join the people so that it could be more interesting so people can leverage the conversation and the many things they should learn. They can learn, which is perfectly fine. Okay, let me message to the Sri so that and then who is the single people on board? 5342. Cool. 342 number of prayer is the more than 12. Okay, perfect. Who is this single person is that? Is that myself is showing to view edge of view and is that the real person involved so that live stream. All right. So what we can talk about agriculture is the topic for today. But we should talk about, and there are the lots of things to talk about in agriculture that are very crucial to know that for the people and we also. And it's always, very amazing to be aware of these things and have having a brainstorming with these things. It okay. Let me just try to paste my. I hope that this would be the future feature so that uh, we can watch the people are still working or not. But nevertheless, okay, I have a book. Let me just take this book and
But in agriculture,
read something
that
so
are
that
very crucial to know
can
that
help
for
you
the
out.
people and we also. And it's always,
I don't want
very
introduction.
amazing
Okay,
to be
people,
aware of these
people
things
are here.
and
Okay,
have
let me just
having a
paste it.
brainstorming
Okay,
to these things. It, you guys can watch everything which is visible to you. Yeah. Okay, let me just
This is not a matter
try
of
to paste
concern.
my.
It's
I
good.
hope that this would be the future
Given
so that
uh, we can watch the people asking what to not. But do I build
nevertheless.
my communication skills? I struggle to communicate my ideas, my thoughts. I get nervous. I feel anxious.
Okay, I
What
have
can
a
I
book.
do to
Let me
improve my
just
verbal communication? Take this book and
work in agriculture
read something
that
full
are very
again.
crucial to
It
know
can
that
I will
for the
go
people
watch
and we
the two
also.
people are here.
And
How do I
it's
build my
always
conversation
a
skills for
don't want very
communication?
amazing
I
to be
struggle to
aware
communicate my
people
ideas,
are
my
here
thoughts.
and
I get
have
nervous. I
like
feel
having a
anxious.
brainstorm
What
day
can I do to improve my
which
verbal
you guys can
communication?
watch everything which is visible.
First,
Yeah.
understand
Okay, let me just
that
this is not
our
a matter of
ability to
concern.
communicate verbally is directly reflection
I
of
hope
our ability
that
to
this would be the
structure our thoughts
future so
clearly,
that
and that begins by
we
the
can watch
writing.
the people asking what to not.
Do I
Nevertheless,
build my
by
communication
writing
skills?
only.
I
So
struggle to
I'm not a
communicate my
writer,
ideas,
nor I'm
my
interested
thoughts.
in becoming one.
I
It
get
is the
nervous.
last
I feel
thing I
anxious.
would do.
What I
Okay, I
what
have
can
a
I
book.
do to
Let me
improve my
just
Hear me out.
verbal
Writing is the
communication.
slowest form of
Take this
expression
book
that we
and work
have
in
as a
agriculture
human.
something that are
We
very
think
crucial to
fast.
know that
I will
for
A
the
lot of
people
us
and
tend to
we
speak
also.
fast as
And
well.
it's
Like me,
always
conversation
a
skills for
don't want very
communication.
amazing
I
to be
struggle to
aware
communicate my
people
ideas,
are
my
here
thoughts.
and
I get
have
nervous. I
like
feel
having a
anxious.
brainstorm
What
day
can I do to improve my
which
verbal
you guys can
communication?
watch everything which is visible.
First,
Yeah.
understand
Okay, let me just
that
this is not
our
a matter of
ability to
concern.
communicate verbally is directly reflection
I
of
hope
our ability
that
to
this would be the
structure our thoughts
so
clearly,
that
and that begins by
we
the
can watch
writing.
the people asking what to not.
Yeah, it's a
Nevertheless,
true by writing only.
I
So
struggle to
I'm not a
communicate my
writer,
ideas,
nor I'm
my
interested
thoughts.
in becoming one.
I
It
get
is the
nervous.
last
I feel
thing I
anxious.
would do.
What I
Always,
what can I
whenever I
do
do
to
start my
improve
Hear me
my
out.
verbal
Writing is the
communication?
slowest form of
Take this
expression
book
that we
and work
have
in
as a
agriculture
human.
something that
We
are very
think
crucial to
fast.
know that
A
for the
lot of
people
us
and
tend to
we
speak
also.
fast as
And
well. Like
it's
me,
always
keep it
a
very
don't want very
uh,
amazing to be aware people are
specific so
here
that
and
the
have
problem that
like having a
occurs should be very minimal
brainstorm day
so that people can listen carefully
which you
and they
guys can
can
watch everything
get
which is visible.
fascinating
Yeah.
by the thing. So,
Okay,
but
let me
it
just
always
this is not
happens
a
to
matter
me
of concern.
whenever I have to verbally is directly
Speaking.
reflection
I
of
hope
our ability
that
to
this would be the
structure our
there's
thoughts
one
clearly
so
and
that
watching, and that begins by
we
the
can watch
writing.
the people asking what to not.
Yeah, it's a
Nevertheless,
true by writing only. So I'm not a writer, nor I'm interested in becoming one. It is the last thing I would do.
okay,
Always,
I have a
whenever I
book.
do
Let
start
me
my
just
Hear me out,
verbal
writing is the
communication.
slowest form of
Take this book
expression that we
and work
have
in
as a
agriculture
human.
something that are
We
very
think
crucial to
fast.
know that for
A
the
lot of
people
us
and
tend to
we
speak
also.
fast as
I hope
well.
it's
Like me,
always
keep it
a
very
don't want very amazing to be aware people are
specific so
here
that
and
the
have
problem that
like having a
occurs should be very minimal
brainstorm day
so that people can listen carefully
which you
and they
guys can
can
watch everything
get
which is visible.
fascinating
Yeah.
by the thing. So,
Okay,
but
let me
it
just
always
this is not a
happens to
matter
me
of concern.
whenever I have to verbally is directly
Speaking.
reflection of
I hope
our ability
that
to
this would be the
structure our thoughts
future
clearly
so
and
that
watching, and that begins by
we
the
can
writing.
watch the people asking.
Always
This is not a
happens to
matter
me
of concern.
whenever I have to verbally is directly
Speaking.
reflection of
I hope
our ability
that
to
this would be the
structure our thoughts
future
clearly
so
and
that
watching, and that begins by the
we can
writing.
watch the people asking.
Whenever we have to verbally is directly
Speaking.
reflection of
I hope
our ability
that
to
this would be the
structure our thoughts
future
clearly
so
and
that
watching, and that begins by the
we can
writing.
watch the people asking.
Oh,
Okay, let's get started.
I know I struggle to communicate my ideas. I'm reading from the book so that you guys can have a clear idea what are the crucial steps to follow in that whole process, and you guys have a very structured approach to learn in what language you want to be expert. So this is the way. Whenever we struggle to communicate our ideas,
our thoughts, we always get nervous, feel anxious, and we try to improve our verbal communication. And first of all, understand that our ability to communicate verbally is direct reflection of our ability to structure our thoughts, and it begins by the writing. I'm not a writer,
Okay,
nor
let's
I'm
get
interested
started.
in becoming one, and it is the last thing that I would love to do. But hear me
I
out.
struggle to
Writing is the
communicate
slowest
my
form of
ideas.
expression that we have
I'm reading
as a
from the
humans.
book so
We
that you
think
guys can
fast.
have any
A
clear
lot
idea
of us tend to speak
what are
fast
the
as well. Crucial steps to follow in that whole process, and
I hope
you
you
guys
are
have a very
relating these things to
structured
yourself.
approach to learn in what language you want to be expert. So
Writing
this is the way.
can never match that speed,
Whenever
which
we
is
struggle to
actually the
communicate our
reason why
ideas,
writing
our
is so
thoughts,
effective.
we always get
When we write,
nervous, feel
we are
anxious,
training our
and
brain to
we try
select
to
the
improve
most
our
important
verbal
thought
communication.
out of all that is inside it.
And first of all,
And
understand
that
that our
process
ability to
trains us to
communicate
control the
verbally is
pace
direct
of our
reflection of
thoughts,
our ability
structure
to
those
structure our
thoughts,
thoughts.
and refine them. So when we write, we easily.
And it begins by the writing. I'm not a writer,
Okay,
nor
let's
I'm
get
interested
started.
in becoming one, and it is the last thing that I would love to do. But hear me
I
out.
struggle
Writing
to
is the
communicate
slowest
my
form of
ideas.
expression that we have
I'm reading
as a
from the
humans.
book so
We
that you
think
guys can
fast.
have any
A
clear
lot
idea
of us tend to speak
what are
fast
the.
as well. Crucial steps to follow in that whole process, and
I hope
you
you
guys
are
have a very
relating these things to
structured
yourself.
approach to learn in what language you want to be expert. So
Writing
this is the way.
can never match that speed,
Whenever
which
we
is
struggle to
actually the
communicate our
reason why
ideas,
writing
our
is so
thoughts,
effective.
we always get
When we write,
nervous, feel
we are
anxious,
training our
and
brain to
we try
select
to
the most
improve our
important
verbal
thought
communication.
out of all that is inside it.
And first of all,
And
understand
that
that our
process
ability to
trains us to
communicate
control the
verbally is
pace
direct
of our
reflection of
thoughts,
our ability
structure
to
those
structure our
thoughts,
thoughts.
and refine them. So when we write, we easily.
And it begins by the writing. I'm not a
Oh,
writer,
okay,
nor
let's
I'm
get
interested
started.
in becoming one, and it is the last thing that I would love to do.
When we write, we are training our brains to select the most important thought out of all there is inside it.
But hear
That
me out.
process
Writing
trains
is the
us
slowest
to
form of
control the pace
expression
of
that we
our
have
thoughts,
as a humans.
structure
We think
those
fast.
thoughts,
A lot of us
and
tend to
refine
speak
them.
fast as
So
well.
when we
Crucial steps
write,
to follow in that whole
we
process,
essentially tell our
and
brains,
you
this
guys have a
thought
very
is the most important.
structured
Let
approach
me
to learn
write down it.
in what language you want to
I
be
see
expert.
that
So
writing
this is the
mistakes.
way.
Can
I
never match
see
that speed,
that makes
whenever
the
which
sense.
is
Struggle to
actually the
communicate our
reason why
ideas.
is
Writing
there
is
a
so
minimum
effective.
amount I
Always
need to
get
when we
nervous,
write?
feel
When
anxious,
should I
training our
write?
and
To
we try
select
to
the
improve
what
our
should I
verbal
write about
communication.
out of
So
all
these
things
things
I
are
have
inside
been
it.
a greater
And first
impact
of
on
all,
learning this. And
understand
that
that our
process
ability to
trains us to
communicate
control the
verbally is
pace
direct
of
reflection
our
of
thoughts,
our
to
ability to
structure those
structure our
thoughts,
thoughts
and
and
refine them.
refine
So
them.
when we write,
You don't
we
have
are
to go
training our
beyond
brain
that
to
in the
select the
beginning,
most
right
important
about
thought
anything at all.
and refine them. So when we write, we beyond that in the
And
beginning,
it begins
write
by
about
the writing.
anything at all. The only
I'm not a
thing
writer,
is to
nor
draw
I'm
a
interested in
conclusion.
becoming one,
Every time you
and it
have
is the
written
last thing that
something,
I would love to do.
and with the sentence, this tells me that the conclusion brings it all together. When we write, we are
Writing
training our
daily is
brains to
just
select
not
the
for the
most
writer,
important thought
it is
out
for
of
communicator
all there
as
is
well who wish to
inside it.
express
That
themselves
process
better. Writing
trains
is the
us
slowest
to
form of
control the pace
expression
of
that we
our
have
thoughts,
as a
to
humans.
structure
We think
those
fast.
thoughts,
A lot of us
and
tend to
refine
speak
them.
fast
So,
as
so
well.
when we
Crucial
write,
steps to follow in that whole
we
process,
essentially tell our
and
brains, begin with
you
this
guys have a
thought
very
is the most
when you start
important.
writing,
Let me
thoughts to
will
learn
be all over the place.
in what language
And
you want to be
I see
expert.
that
So
and
this is
with
the way.
can
I
never
see
match that
that
speed,
that makes the
which
sense.
is
Will
actually the
not help
reason
you
why is
in
there
care
a
of
minimum
honesty.
amount I need to
Always get
write?
nervous,
Ending
feel
sentence
anxious,
should I
training our
write
and
to
we try
select
to
the
improve
what
our
should I
verbal
write about
communication.
out of
So
all
these
things
things
I
are
have
inside
been
it.
a greater
And first
impact
of
on
all,
learning this. And
understand
that
that our
process
ability to
trains us to
communicate
control the
verbally is
pace
direct
of
reflection
our
of
thoughts,
our
to
ability
structure
to
those
structure our
thoughts,
thoughts
and
and
refine them.
You don't have to go beyond that in the beginning, write about anything at all. The only thing is to draw a conclusion. Every time you have written something, and with the sentence, this tells me that the conclusion brings it all together. Writing daily is just not for the writer, it is for communicator as well, who wish to express themselves better.
Writing is the slowest form of expression our thoughts we structure through the thoughts a lot of us tend to see the what are
So
they
it ties
we
your thoughts
essentially
together.
tell our brains
Nevertheless,
begin with
this
this
thought
is the
and
most
when you start
important
writing,
the
the
topic
thoughts will
write
be
down
all over
it.
the place. And
I
if
see
you
that
end with
mistakes
just
choices
that,
that makes the
it
sense
will
actually the
not help
people
you. Is
in
there a
their
minimum
point.
amount I need to
This
write? Ending
when
sentence train
we
you
tend to select
to
what
move
should I
toward a
write about.
conclusion. So these things have been a greater impact on learning this.
And that process trains us to control the pace of our
Write
thoughts,
every day.
to structure those
Start
thoughts
with a
and
page.
define them.
You
So
don't have
when
to
we
go
write,
beyond that in the beginning. Write about anything at all. The only thing is to draw a conclusion. Every time you have written something, and with the sentence, this tells me that the conclusion brings it all together. Writing daily is just not for the writer, it is for communicator as well, who wish to express
that
themselves better.
process trains us to control the pace of our thoughts, we structure through the thoughts a lot of us tend to see the what are
So
they
it ties
we
your thoughts
essentially
together.
tell our brains
Begin with
this
that,
thought is the
and
most
when you start
important
writing, the
let me
thoughts will
write
be
down
all over
it.
the place. And
I
if
see
you
that
end with
mistakes
just that,
that makes the
it
sense
will
actually the
not help
people
you.
in
Is there
their
a minimum
point.
amount I need to
This
write? Ending
when
sentence train
we
you
select
to
what
move
should I
toward a
write about.
conclusion. So these things have been a greater impact on learning this.
And that process trains us to control the pace of our
Write
thoughts,
every day.
to structure those
Start
thoughts
with a
and
page.
define them.
You
So
don't have
when
to
we
go
write,
beyond that in the beginning. Write about anything at all. The only thing is to draw a conclusion. Every time you have written something, the sentence. Why the world around us design in manner that we are good only when we are better than the others. We all we all are good human beings, but still the competitive nature is live inside us. We we fall prey to such a comparison because we have built our worldwide view on the two false assumptions instead of understanding the basic facts of the life, which are the first incorrect assumption is that the world is zero-sum game. What does it can be concluded by? It means that for one to win and another has to lose. It's good to see you. Okay, let's get started the live stream. I was just checking that my microphone is working properly or not. Still, it is mixing the voice. Whenever I have to go to speak something, it automatically make a amalgamation of the voices, which uh, which create a chaos of uh, an irritative sound, so that people ultimately have to leave the live stream. I don't know what to fix it, what to fix in it, and how can I conduct a perfect live stream so that where the people will get only knowledge, not there's amalgamation and the chaos. So it's the problem that I'm facing from the beginning before I started before 4 days. So I'm just trying to learn things and
Okay, leave it and let's come to one conversation chapter. There is important one that we are here to learn. This ending sentence that trains you to move toward a conclusion. Imagine the same process translating into your verbal communication. You speak toward a conclusion. That is what you want eventually, isn't it? But it cannot be just that. Writing alone can't make good communicator. It is necessary step, but not only the step. The next step after writing will be to practice speaking. With writing, your thoughts get structure, but they still lack the emotion that your voice can generate. So I advise my student to record videos of them speaking for a minute for 90 days to start. Play back the video and make a list of all the moments where you make error and think of how you can do better. And then come back and the next day work on the same error. And that sounds like a task, but I like that it's just a minute a day. Do this really can improve your speaking thing. So I had I had people who took this advice to heart and record 365 videos every day for a year. You would not recognize the person in the 365th video from the first one. Just 1 year and a life of several decades. Just 1 year can change your life. That is the beauty of practice that we have. I would love to in a daytime you would, but cannot do so. So not in a day. As you practice, I also want you to observe the speaker you like the most. I also want you to observe the speakers you like the most. Watch their videos, pick up their styles, and make a note of all things that you find appealing about them, imbibe them, and as you do so, ask yourself how can I bring their emotion into what I say. No shame in copying such, and I like that. I also see a lot of effective communicator projecting a sense of confidence. There is not a bubble. They do not sit with the closed arm. They rarely play with their hair or hands. They do not shake their legs. Does these things matters? Of course. When people close their arm, it tells us they do not want to listen and are married only their own opinion. Shaking your legs is an expression of nervous energy, and what you don't speak louder than what you do. Did you know that? So, body language consists of 55% non-verbal communication, traditionally consists of 38% and word only 7%. That is why the same thing said by the different people has different impact on us. It's even more important in today's world because a lot of communication happens over the electronic media, like we are doing. We cannot always see each other body language. Thus, the choice of our words and how we weave them together becomes so much important. The only way to get better as it is to read. The more you read, the more you help your mind form the right structure, use the correct sentence, and articulate better. So, so writing and recording both are important for the effective verbal communication that already sound like a lot of work. And you have not even reached the hardest part.
Sorry to cut you, and I was not listening. Where do I learn the skills of the body language from? The hardest part of the communication is listening, that you should know on the first place. And the hardest part of communication is listening. Again, I'm saying something that you are not doing right now, understandably. So, because it is hard, we often listen with the intent to reply, not to understand, and that make us impatient communicator. Have you ever been in a conversation where you say something important only to hear a completely unrelated answer that set you wondering if they were listening so many times, or you now know why. I realize being an effective communicator is not just so much about to speak English fluently or acting confident. It's simply about understanding the emotion of the person you are communicating with. And you are so right. Of course, please do not dismiss the power of knowledge, the power of preparation, the power of practice. All these are critical to any delivery, verbal or written. But despite all that, many falters because the never care to understand that the person they are communicating with. And thank you. This give me a lot of direction, and I wanted to apologize for the cutting in between the many sentence during the conversation because I was not listening. I will be mindful of from now on. I hope it's clear to you. There were three people on board who were continuously listening, but no one will write something in the live chat. The what am I expecting for? There was a sentence that we call, if we'll never ask, the answer is always no. So we should stick on that, and we should seeking for the answer. We should raise as many queries as we can raise. That's the best possible way to learn new things and to upgrade in life. So I would suggest you, wherever you are in life, ask so many things as much you can ask, so that it will clear your lots of doubt at the same time, and it will make you better communicator. That's my guarantee for sure. And it's good to hear and good to have you people on board. And I have lots of stuff to say to you, and which is why you know, why I'm speaking about the bit of communication skill, because it is a very crucial step that we have in the today's time. Because if you are the person who are good at speaking, you can express so many things in a better way. Whether you are going for any of the job, and people will judge you on the basis on that, so it becomes an importantly or immensely high crucial thing inside an attribute. So I'll suggest you to be the very fluent at, and I can say the best thing that to you ask as many questions as you can ask to everybody that is around you to be a perfect speaker, to be a good communicator, so that you can do a good in life. At least regarding with the practice to speaking. Okay, let's come to on agriculture, which is the crucial part for the people are here, and where we can talk about any of the topic that you'll suggest. We'll talk on. Uh, I don't know the fixed minute, but I'll try to speak on that, and I'll not try to speak on that. I'll try to discover something on that, because we have internet on our laptops or on our hand, so that we can search anything regarding with that. And in discussion, you know I'm open to hear, like, just you guys want to practice something, you just have to come on this platform, just you have to create your own account. Right now people are not making, because this the link itself is not with the many people at the same time, so that's maybe the reason that. The live session, three active rooms, and it's not showing me active users. Okay, you just guys have to come here and create your practice account regarding with your speaking. So you can go for the random match. It would be only possible when the number of users will increase on the platform. So I want people to come here and to make their own account, so that we can practice well, and we can share the things in a verbal way, and we can enjoy the conversation, which is the best important, which is the most important part. And and especially the all the people will be here will be from the agricultural background. That is the best thing that can we can share the knowledge to each other. So this platform is very beautiful, but I don't know how to market it very well. And there are lots of useful things is available on this Agri Talks Agri School. So what is the process to do that? You just have to come here, just you have to create your own account. You just have to click on the random match button, so that if we are doing this the same thing at the same time, so that it will automatically connect to each other, so that where we can do the practice as well. And I want to people where, so that they can do their practice as well, whether it is English, Hindi, whatever their language is they want to learn from out of this place, so they can do. And nevertheless, it's always we have been the glad to speak to people, and I love to speak to especially in agriculture people. That's why I designed it. And peer room you can create. I already told you as well. And finding mentor is still unavailable, because it will take time around 15 days after it will be available to users only online, which is one. Is showing the one user. Okay, let's just try again, and let's try to connect to each other. Okay, let me just try. Four people are watching. That's a good thing. You just have to create your account, what language you want to practice, and we have to just find. for the random match. Okay, let me just try. Okay, I'm waiting for someone to come. First correct option is the zero sum. Okay, nevertheless, the emotion that we human beings go through are the not permanent. We feel today, we will not feel tomorrow. The same thing. However, what we feel today can either make us depressed or encourage us to take an action. You see a friend with a good job, or you are not doing or not having, use that emotion to work harder to get a job. That's the best way to use these things in the right manner of. I, I paste the comment in the live chat I, of link of this platform, which is free to use.